people that were like just civilians that were standing around have fled a good distance because of the fighting, and it is you guys and 2 of the royal guard, both of whom were injured in the opening volley from the pirates. But they have arrested one of the only surviving pirate, who I believe was incapacitated due to Tasha's hideous laughter.
Yes.
That was Cadrix's spell.
Yay, utility!
Yep. So the guards are kneeling down and holding this person down, and one of them's got a sword to his throat, and stepping out of the elegant carriage that's drawn by giant space hamsters is first a wizard in deep purple, royal purple robes, long gray beard. He looks like the classic, old wizened wizard.
Merlin.
He steps out of the carriage and is soon followed by Queen Oriana Kuzan. And he glances over at all of you and kind of gestures in your direction to her. And she glances over at you and then over at the pirate. Hold on 1 second. I got a message from work. Colton, what do you need? Okay, that's a later thing. That's not something I need to worry about right now. Sorry, I was concerned because I'm off today, and like Saturdays they're super busy day. I was like, please don't be telling me I have to come in. I'd tell him I couldn't, but anyway.
Good. Nice.
So where was I? Anyways, the Queen Oriana, she steps out of the thing. She looks over to you and looks over to the pirate, and you hear Gadrick say, "We should order the immediate execution of this criminal." And she just puts up a hand and says, "Not yet, not yet. I'd like to have a question first." Sorry, what was that?
Who said they should be executed immediately?
Gadrick, her advisor, the wizard.
Thank you.
Sorry. And he kind of nods his head and kind of takes a step back. Kind of seems to accept that rather quickly. And then he turns and begins to approach you all as she is kind of standing there. One of the guards comes back and stands at her side while the other one basically picks this guy up and has him well in hand and under control.
Are they both human? Gadrick and the
Gadrick
Queen?
is human. Queen Oriana is also human.
Okay.
Oops.
What the hell?
That's not supposed to. Why is that doing that? Sorry, I don't need that to do that. There it is. Okay, there we go. Sorry, that's not supposed to do that. Anyway, Gadrick approaches you, this old wizard. He stands and says, "Your intervention was very much unnecessary. I had the situation under control, along with the royal guard." And then you hear behind him Queen Oriana just almost scoffs and starts to approach. She kind of picks up her dress and walks over to where you are. She says, "Nonsense, Gadrick. I'm grateful that you all stepped in when you did. No one asked or demanded such heroism of you. I believe a reward is in order for their bravery." She kind of nudges him a little bit because, "My queen, these people may very well be in league with your cousin. For all we know, this is some elaborate ruse to ingratiate themselves to you in order to spy on or assassinate you."
I got shot in the chest.
he just kind of looks down
I
at
I
you.
reach down and like scoop both giant shovel hands under Will's body and lift him up.
Please, my son, he's very sick.
Gadrick just kind of gets this, almost rolls his eyes at you, and he goes, "Eric's men are incredibly loyal. They are willing to die for you." And she says back to him, she says, "How am I to expect such loyalty from my own citizens if they are met with suspicion and mistrust? Besides, this one was shot. Can we please get this young man some medical attention?"
Thank you.
She says, "I respect your opinion on this matter, but I am not my father, Gadrick." He says, "Clearly not, my queen. I will make some arrangements for some reward." And she makes sure that they bring some medical attention for Will, and she says, "Please excuse me, but I do have to attend to matters. But thank you very much for your assistance." And she just kind of glances over at Gadrick again and says, "You will make sure that they are compensated justly." And he's, "Yes, my queen." And so she gets back in the carriage, and along with the royal guard, takes this guy. They end up throwing him over the back of a one of the giant space hamsters that's kind of following in this procession,
hmm
and they leave. And I will say, at this point, everyone can get a long rest, or excuse me, not a long, short rest.
Okay, I was gonna say what?
But they leave pretty quick.
It's dangerous out here on these streets.
And I will say that there is a one of the royal guard kind of sticks with you until Gadrick returns about an hour later.
With a mercenary squad to put us out of our misery.
Yep.
I did not mean to roll a dice. I don't need to roll a dice.
Oh wait, I did not roll my hit dice. Should I just tap it again?
Yeah, it won't hurt anything.
You can do it again. Yeah. I don't want to move forward before everybody's got their thing done.
All right.
Drax, are you here?
Yes, I'm picking my proficiencies. I took Weapon Master.
This will be the first online campaign with you guys I've done where I'm not a killing machine. It's weird.
That's gonna be my character this game.
I'm really glad that we got some damage dealers because I will not be doing that. I'll be being very creative and weird.
I'm gonna be jump in the middle of the fray and start flinging crossbow bolts and great swords.
Hell yeah. I'll be telling jokes and tasing people.
And then once I can afford a gun, I'll buy a gun.
You fucking better be able to afford a gun.
Well, you're all
They're
going to be able to
expensive.
afford one here pretty soon.
Even the weak
Because
guns start at like 250 gold.
Gadrick brings with him several more of the royal guard, and they are carrying a chest. And this is basically right here on the festival grounds, and there's a kind of a crowd that's arrived at this point. And he says, "By order of the queen, you are to be rewarded for your assistance, your bravery, your heroism." He kind of rolls his eyes again. Says, they set down this chest on the ground with a thud and open it, and inside is 10,000 gold pieces.
Holy smokes.
Oh.
It says, "The queen thanks you."
Finally, our wages.
"You mean to tell me that you are unemployed?"
No, we're employed. Ow.
I'm still not really sure by whom, but apparently we are.
And he, again, his eyes kind of go from Will back to Cadrix and then back again. He says, I see.
I would salute and then just say thank the queen for her generosity.
He gives a polite nod to you. Says, if you truly wish to aid the Queen, then perhaps you would be keen on tracking down those responsible for this attack.
I'm sorry to interrupt. You said 1,500, right?
10,000
10,000.
total
Jesus.
for the group.
So we each get 2,000?
Yes.
My God.
What?
Amazing. Wow.
Where is Zeklix? I forgot to ask that.
You're here.
Am I?
Everyone's here.
Okay. A lot of clicking coming from the bug in the corner.
You wish us to hunt down those that tried to kill the new queen?
Well, surely more of Eric's pirate rabble are hiding in some dive or slum. That seems quite up your alley. If you can root out and take out any more of his loyalists, perhaps we can come to some further offer of a token of the Queen's gratitude.
So
Pirates are the worst.
Sorry.
No,
And
you're
if you can
good.
bring me Eric's head, you would be very well compensated indeed.
Did he give us a location to
That
start?
would be up to you.
Oh,
Pirates, and the
Real
guy's name is Eric's?
Airic.
Eric.
Eric Kozar, specifically. He is the Queen's cousin.
Oh, right. Yeah. Long live Eric. Yes, got it. Yep.
that guy.
Is there a way to edit your attribute score?
Should be.
Click
Won't let
the
me.
wrench in the top left to switch it from view to
Yeah.
edit.
First.
Yeah, I did that and it won't let me change the number.
Which one are you trying to change?
Oh, you know why? Because numlock isn't on. That's why. Okay. Like it's not doing anything. Oh, because those aren't numbers right now. Okay, we're good.
And so he's just kind of just standing there and looking at each of you and says, are you willing to aid the Queen in this matter?
I believe so.
What else are we doing? Apparently we're not sailing away.
I think I would first need to consult with my uh what would Vulcan's like rank be, I guess? Or like what would I call him officially?
Ryogan? The legate.
Yes.
I think
Liaget Ryogan
that's right. Let me double check that.
for fully accepting this
Yeah, legate
uh
Valken Ryogan.
Vulcan Ryogan for fully accepting this task.
He nods his head and says, you are more than welcome to take whatever preparation that you need out of my hands. If you do manage to take any of the pirates alive, please bring them to, well, any of the guard in town will be able to take them into custody.
Right. Awesome.
And if you don't take them alive, I'll just leave them to rot.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Now, you don't know, you're not going to find Eric Kozar here on the Rock of Brawl. He is probably somewhere out there in space.
Somewhere.
But for now, you
Space.
have 10,000 gold pieces to the group's name, and
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
Let's see.
what would you all like to do? Any questions you want to ask? Anything you want to do? Or...
I wasn't expecting to get that much money.
He says, neither was I.
I guess first thing, could we walk away from this guy, or are we done talking with him?
Yeah, I want to get away from this guy.
Yeah, he's a creep.
Yeah.
I just turn and start stomping away, carrying Will's body in my hands.
Don't worry, little one. We'll fix you up and get you to stop leaking fluids.
So yeah, I guess, do we...
I'm not sure how this normally works. Is there a place where I guess we could go to the ship to rest and recuperate?
University?
Probably university. We still have our arrangement with what is her name with the Mercane?
Calliope.
Calliope.
Before I go too far, I just want to make sure everybody got 2,000 gold pieces in their inventory.
Mhm.
I'm going to
Yes.
add that to Kalania's here real quick before I forget.
Is Vulcan's nearby there? Because I think you said he was like,
It's not
would
too
also.
far.
I guess, could I go talk with him before we get too far away? Just kind of
Absolutely.
ask his opinion on this.
All right. So, just for reference, this happened about here-ish. Vulcan's Legion is about here-ish. And the university here-ish.
So we could hit the university first, get a rest, and then we can do some errands?
You can do that if you want.
All right.
To the university! I stomp away. I don't say that, obviously. I just start stomping toward the university.
By the way, Cadrix, you might notice some when you mention liquids. Not all of it's blood. Some is a black, inky substance coming from his eyes. That he doesn't quite notice from Will's eyes.
Cadrix will shift your weight into one hand and reach down with one giant fucking finger and scoop some of that off your face and hold it up and look at it. And you can see it pretty clearly when I lift it up. I don't say anything. I'm just studying it. I'm not even really familiar with blood. I'm just like, huh, some of your fluid is black.
Well, that's
Just like
interesting. Well, that's interesting.
This is a
Interesting.
different color from the rest of your internal fluids.
What?
I hold out my fingers so Zeklix can see.
What is that?
Something.
I'm gonna like try to take some.
Will's optical sensors seem to be damaged.
I'm not a doctor, but that doesn't sound good.
I'm not too worried about it.
You aren't?
Not really.
Can I ask why? I'd be concerned if I started bleeding blue.
Mm. I just shrug.
This has to do with your book, doesn't it?
Probably.
Yeah. That book is weird.
Not natural.
Anyway, I'm still kind of bleeding out still. Please take
Yeah,
me.
I don't have spells to heal you right now.
this is as we're walking. Oh, since we're headed for a rest, I'll blow another healing word on you.
Okay.
5.
And I'm up to full.
Jesus.
Well, we had that short rest, and I used
Oh,
most
right.
of my hit die.
Okay.
I'm just counting that our rest probably at the university would be the short rest that I would get.
So let's see. You'll all go to the university. You'll go to, because only two of you really have a room there.
I
What are
don't
the rest of you gonna do?
I don't need a room. I just kind of walk to. There was an engineering place, right? That we went
Yep.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's where I'm at.
I go. I like follow Cadrix back to sorry, Zeklix. I'm Cadrix. Back to engineering, and you're like working on something, and you think I'm watching you, and then you turn and look, and I'm just completely stationary, non-responsive, and I stay that way for I think 6 hours. I need to look this up. It's how sleep works for me. I know you would be curious as the
I like how both of us do that. We just stand there in still positions, just staring into nothingness.
you do that too.
Yeah, I don't sleep.
That's awesome. Yeah, 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state rather than sleeping. I appear inert, but I'm not unconscious. I can see and hear as normal.
Yeah, me too.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep. It's almost the exact same.
So someone walks into the room and we're both just standing across from each other, staring at each other,
Yeah. Jerome
completely
the
inert.
gnome comes in looking for a wrench, and he's just like, "Okay, that's weird."
Like the camera angle in the bottom fourth of the camera is just a table, and you can see us two standing facing each other. You just see the top of his head bounce along, look at him, look at me, reach up on the table, grab a wrench, and then bounce away again.
Hmm.
Okay, so we get a long rest here at the
Everybody go
place.
ahead and take a long rest. I'm gonna go ahead and do it for Kai, just so he doesn't get left behind here.
Radar, did you need to meet with the legate?
Yeah, if I could.
But that's not here, right? We need to go there.
I mean, that's probably where I would go to sleep anyway.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's fair.
You gonna walk the streets alone?
I guess so.
All right, so you walk through the streets alone. You get robbed. No, I'm kidding. You you make your way to the barracks of Vulcan's Legion. It's kind of opposite the arena of the university. And did you want to speak to the legate?
Yes, please.
All right. You know where to go. You've spoken to him many times before. You make your way through the building, and past the raucous laughter and the drinking and the training and the arm wrestling going on the tables and any number of other soldierly activities that might be going on that some we might not even speak of. And knock on his door, and he calls out, "Enter."
Yeah, okay.
Uh, come in, do salute, say, Centurion Vanakin, here to report on uh, the assaults with the Queen earlier.
He just kind of gestures to the chair in front of him. He's sitting behind a desk and some parchment on the table in front of him. And he says, "Heard about that. What happened?"
She was attacked by men who were screaming for Aerith Kozar as the true king of the Rock of Brawl. We managed to defeat them and capture one, and her wizard, along with a sizable gold reward, uh, offered myself and my group uh, to go after these people and, if we could, kill and bring back proof of Air Kozar's death.
Well, good luck on that. Finding Eric Kozar was no small task. The boy's been in hiding for years. If I recall correctly, King Andrew had what, 5 attempts on his life? 6, maybe?
Wow.
That I know of.
And you would have no problem with this?
If you can do that, you're more than welcome to it in the reward.
Yes, sir. And then also I would like to work as the security detail for continue working with the members of the college, and uh, they have entered into a deal with the Mercane Emporium uh, for the ship that we came back on, and doing expeditions for the college and the Mercane.
He just kind of sits back in the chair and says, and do you think this would be a good opportunity for you to see what you can find out about the Neogi?
Yes, sir. I think we're able to explore outward, and maybe even with uh, the Mercane's contacts, could potentially hear of going on with the Neogi in this area.
It's a good idea. Well, you're more than welcome to pursue the matter in any way that you see fit. I trust your judgment.
Thank you, sir.
Uh, as a player, I don't remember what the Neogi are.
Neogi
They're
are
the
the
spider
aliens that,
pirates.
yeah,
Okay,
they're the ones that attacked in the first session.
right. That's what I thought. Okay.
Well
All
then,
right.
thank you. And then I'll just like kind of get up, and then as I'm like leaving the room, I would just say, "Good night, master," and then shut the door quickly. And then
There is a distinct silence from the other side of the door, and then you can almost feel the
What the fuck? Straight Arthur simp for this guy?
supposed to be a play on the Jedi, like, Time of
Oh,
the
okay,
Master.
gotcha. Gotcha. He's like, that boy watches too many movies.
Seen that Star Wars play one too many times.
Yeah. Too funny.
So let's see. You'd find a bed in the barracks for the night. Everybody else, I think, is at the university. That should be that. What do you guys want to do the next morning?
Go buy some crossbows.
I would go
Alright.
back and meet with them.
So, yeah.
Just real quick, while I was up all night reading the book while recovering, and that's when some new pages appeared to me and revealed some new spells
Ooh.
and a new Eldritch Invocation.
I just continue to regain old functionality. That's how I get my new spells.
That makes sense. So
I'm like, what's this thing do? Oh, yeah, that's right.
I have posted 4 images that I'm still kind of working on these. This is not 100% done. But they're in general chat here. They should be accurate as far as I know on what you can buy in the marketplace. I have not done like just basic adventuring gear yet, but this is weapons, armor, firearms, and I think that's it. So anybody that wants anything, you're more than welcome to buy any of that you would like in the market. If you're looking for anything magical, well, that's going to be the Arcane Emporium.
And are they open yet?
Yes, they would be open.
Hell, I
Would
want to check that shit out.
anyone want to join me? In
Hell
checking
yeah.
out the Arcane?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have
Please?
direction unless given. So with you up on my shoulders, you just like turn my head and start walking me toward the Emporium, and I just keep going like nothing changed.
Purpose.
I feel like after about 6 hours, you start moving again, and you just like see like we are just staring at each other all night. And you just start moving, and I just keep sitting there for a little bit longer. Do you wait for me to get up? Get
I
up.
Yeah, I mean when I turn back on, I just walk over to you, and I kind of like look at you from side to side. I don't see you moving like you normally do, so I kind of back
As-
up to stand at your
As you
shoulder to like see if you're looking at anything.
as you do that, can I help you?
Well, wait, I forgot which character I'm playing.
No, I'm good. Just wondering what you're doing.
I'm resting.
Don't organics normally go horizontal for this?
Some of them.
Have you ingested some sort of chemical?
No, I don't require sleep. Instead, I just stand and refrain from physical activity.
Sounds similar to what I do.
Indeed, I've been watching you.
Are you almost done?
I require a little bit longer. Go find Will.
I immediately turn and start stomping off to to go find Will. As I get outside the room, I don't shut the door behind me, first off, and I'm like a few steps down the hall, and you hear a deafening.
Will Stargazer.
Just go blasting in all directions.
I just
Where
slowly
are
use the torch.
you?
Did I hear that from
Wow.
the dorms, or? Because I'm in the dorms.
Probably not.
It's not magically enhanced or anything, it's just really fucking loud. So eventually we gather up, and I think we want to head to the Emporium.
So here's
Yeah.
just for reference's sake, I found this for the University of Spheres. this image in the background on
I love it.
Foundry here. I imagine that's like the main hall.
Mhm.
And so you make your way to the Mercane Emporium.
I'm riding Gadrix again because my chest hurts and I don't want to walk.
You don't need an excuse.
So the Mercane Emporium is
Hell, you could install a solid ladder to my back and just.
Zeklix, we have a project.
so it's
Nice.
dark wood floors and furniture. Just dark wood accents on the different things. Also some marble floors where there's some areas where there's blue carpeting. Um, it looks incredibly luxurious, and when you go to open the door, it doesn't open. They do say open for business, but it says by appointment only.
Oh.
So, who tries the door?
Hold on, I gotta see. I think it's a creature I can see.
Can we knock, or can I knock on the door?
Absolutely.
I'll try knocking on the door.
Sure. All right. So Gabriel, the Azamar, answers the door, swings it open, and says, "Ah, guests, welcome, welcome. Come on in." He says, "You have to excuse us. We're still making preparations, but you're more than welcome to come in and browse."
Thank you very much.
Boom,
Good morning.
boom, boom, boom.
Hmm.
So, what kind of. Do you have a menu for this place?
And what does it look like in here? Have they like started setting up shelves
It's
and stuff?
it's mostly set up. There's a section off to one side that is just nothing but books.
Oh.
It is
Uh-oh.
filled to the brim,
Ah,
filled to the brim with spell books, history books,
get him out of here.
novels,
This is the-
textbooks, schematics, you name it. They've got something here for everybody as far as books go.
Nice. When I see those books, I just start fidgeting. I'm like, Will, you've got to go.
Mm, I start moving towards them.
Oh,
There are
this is
display
bad.
cases. There are
But
display cases that are filled with a variety of different items. Some you might recognize, some you wouldn't. They have weapons, they have armor that it's up on like, mannequin stands, and there are shields on the walls and all sorts of different devices suspended from the ceiling. In fact, there is a large contraption that is it looks like a giant barrel with let me just find this thing for you guys.
So 5 plus 2, so 7.
So suspended from the ceiling is this device,
Ooh.
and it says modified for wild space in big bold
Interesting.
print.
Like it's big enough to fit people, or
It's
how
very
big
large.
is it?
It's let me that's actually a really good question. Let's find exactly how big it is. So it is called an apparatus of Qualish. This particular one, so typically an apparatus of Qualish is designed for submersible use, like underwater.
Ah,
This one says it would act both as a submersible or as a spaceship,
oh, it's
a
cool.
small one. It's a large size, so I think it can only fit 2 people.
Hmm.
It requires 1 pilot, and I think it can have 1 more person.
So that could be like our detachable thing we would have on the ship with us.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, two medium or smaller creatures inside.
Is there a price tag? Just out of curiosity. Is it 2,200 gold by any chance?
Oh no, 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 no. It is very much more expensive than that.
Yeah, I figured.
It's probably one of the more expensive items in here.
What are you being coy with the number for,
Because
Missy?
I don't have a number.
Gah.
Out of your price range is what it is.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Exactly.
Which is one of the stupider phrases I've ever heard in my life.
Let's. I'm trying to find an appropriate.
I'm rich.
Source
I
here.
own half of the country we live in. How much do I owe you for this car? If you have to ask, you can't afford it. Okay.
Numbers.
You just want me to guess? I could put a phone number on this check. If you have to ask, you can't. What the fuck kind of store are you running? How do you stay in business? Is this like paying taxes? I just guess and you put me in jail if I'm wrong?
I'm gonna guess somewhere in the neighborhood of. I'm trying to compare it to. This is one of the things. So much of this stuff is weird because like, well, it can't cost more than a ship. How much is a ship? Well, the ship you guys have, technically yours right now,
Excuse me?
is listed as 40,000. This is considered a legendary magic item. A very rare magic item is 50,000. So more than your ship is worth. So, but it makes no sense for this to be worth more than your ship. I'm gonna
Right.
call it 10,000. Just
Ah,
flat 10,000.
we could buy it.
We could.
Good.
I will remind you that the ship that you have is not yet
Detecting.
repaired.
Detecting less enthusiasm. Yeah, that is
We
something
still
we.
need to collect those crystals.
Right. So we talked to Calliope. She said that she was willing to front repairs this time.
Except
Yes.
for the crystals.
Except for you'd have to get the crystals from Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh,
She
right.
said.
Yeah, she told one of her servants to check in with Deep Rock Galactic about that. Is that something we're supposed to follow?
Since they're here, they would tell you you would have to go into the asteroids where Deep Rock Galactic is mining to their station.
Fuck yes, you gotta tell me twice. It's especially great because in Deep Rock Galactic, if you try to mine crystals, they specifically have voice lines that are like, "This is useless, worthless shit. I can't do anything with it. You don't need this at all." And you have us going there. I've been laughing about this ever since you said that because I'm like, it's great because now when I play that, I'll be like, I'm mining crystals for our D&D ship. This is worthless.
I mean, to a dwarf, but it's an elven ship. So...
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that makes sense. What do you need that crap for? Awesome. Okay, so but other than that, repairs are underway on our ship,
yes.
and so we could still fly the ship, right, to go get those crystals.
It is flyable. Yes, it is not completely repaired until it has the crystals.
So we're at half health until crystals.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Anyway, so here at the magic shop, then, do we have a menu of options or something?
I don't have a menu. This is basically a matter of what the hell do you want?
Armor.
Will is frantically looking through books to find something worthwhile before bad things happen.
I'll go when you guys are ready. I have a couple of ideas.
So, basically, the idea here is the Mercanes sell everything. If they don't have it, they can get it for you.
Ooh.
Wow.
So anything, any magic item that you can think of, they've got it. Or if they don't have it, they can get it for you.
I just have like
Including, you would see locked in a case, there is a deck of cards that says,
Oh
Oh my god.
Oh,
"Do not
Jesus.
touch under any circumstances."
I now have two things I would like to ask for. No, just kidding.
The most severe you break it, you buy it sign possible on that one.
Yeah,
Because if
you
you
can
draw the
tell
wrong
without even
card,
without even investigating. It is under heavy lock and key and heavily warded, and but it's out there for anybody that wants to buy it.
I am looking for any uh like xenoarchaeology tomes or anything relating to unknown beings,
All
like
right.
things that haven't been really categorized, or like aberrations or something like that.
So Estelle will come over. I will also say there's also a another wing to the building, like where Will's on one side with the books. There's another wing that is entirely dedicated to potions and potion supplies and reagents and all that sort of thing. That is any potion you want to buy, they have it. So as far as books, Estelle will come over and she asks, "What are you looking for exactly?"
Uh, do you have anything relating to, I don't know, strange entities, things that things that aren't really classified or unknown, but has some documentation on them?
She kind of thinks for a moment and says, "Well, we have books on everything from beholders to the illithid to a variety of entities that exist in wild space or the astral sea. Um, some of
Uh,
them seen once before, and others more common. Um,
the seen once one, that's what I'd maybe like to get a hold of. The more esoteric, the better.
Let me see what I can find." And so she goes to the bookshelf and leads you along and reaches up and she takes a tome off the bookshelf and offers it to you. And she says, um, "You're more than welcome to read through it here. If
Oh,
you'd like
that's
to take the
okay.
book with you."
I'll buy it.
Oh well. For that one in particular, it'll be 50 gold pieces.
You can 150 gold.
There you go, your business.
uh,
Uh,
do you
for just a reminder, she's the red-skinned tiefling woman that's Gabriel's sister.
And then I start immediately moving away from the books as far as possible.
do you rate potion prices based on rarity? Because I'm looking at a page with a list of them: common, uncommon, rare, very rare.
So here's the issue. Yes and no, because if you use it as is, just so for because it's a consumable item, the suggestion is that it's half of the rarity value. So if you have a magic item that's worth 50,000 gold pieces, but it's a potion, it'd be 25,000.
Okay,
Nobody's going to buy a 25,000 gold piece potion for one use.
true.
So I have not worked out exactly what prices I want on everything, but let's just say heavily discounted from that. We'll
Okay.
discuss specifics depending on the potion.
Is there a table or something you could share with rarity costs on magic items? Because
That is, unfortunately, I have not yet gotten to potions.
no, I mean like because you just named off a price for a class of magic item. Is that a table I can see?
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. D&D magic item prices by rarity.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So, whoops, what was that?
Star was stepping away, and Star is back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Thanks, Creed. Appreciate it.
Hmm.
This is one of those things I should have prepared for today, and I didn't. I had other
No
things I was
problem.
doing. Um, Here we go. So common is considered 50 to 100. So typically a healing potion is 50 gold pieces. Uncommon is considered 100 to 500. Wait a minute, have I got that backwards? I think is a potion 50 or 100? I forget.
50.
50.
Yeah, I thought so. Rare is considered 500 to 5,000, and very rare 5,000 to 50,000, and legendary is
Gotcha.
50,000 and up. I'm gonna be leaning heavily on the lower values on these.
For potions.
Um, for potions in particular. Um, Honestly, probably the lower end of this on magic items too.
How
We'll
much would
we'll we'll
you
see.
charge
But
for a potion of speed? Very rare.
we'll see.
Potion very rare. Gives haste.
Give me one moment.
I just imagined they had some kind of mystical, like, metal detector type thing around the door, and when Will walks through, it goes crazy because it detects your book can affect their books. Yeah, the red lights start flashing out of nowhere.
So I'm just gonna say, looking at that potion of speed, 5,000 gold pieces is outrageous. There's no way anyone is ever gonna buy a potion that's 5,000 gold pieces,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I may regret this. I'm gonna call it 500.
Whoo! Okay, thank you. I will buy one of those. So I'll just go down my short list here, and then we can go to the
For the
next
record, any
person.
prices I give anybody are just today. These may not be. I may change my mind in the future. We'll see.
Totally. Okay, so then for the rest of these, I go down one rarity to potion rare. Mind reading, diminution, growth, and giant strength. Those are all rare.
All right. I have put a potion of speed in your inventory.
Thank you. I will take off 500.
What were the others?
Mind reading.
Mind reading.
um,
I feel like you could get mind reading for 100.
Okay. We'll buy one of those.
before you buy that, I will tell you I have detect thoughts as a spell.
Okay. That
Just
is good to know. I want to have it in my utility belt. Anyway.
All
yeah.
right. This does beg the
Okay.
question: how do potions affect a construct?
The same way, it's just gonna be weird.
You upload it into the oil
Yeah.
tanker.
Diminution's my next one.
um, Call that one 200.
Okay.
By the way, I'm not gonna remember any of these.
No, it's fine. Growth.
Considering it's an exact opposite, call it 200.
Okay. And then giant strength. Let's go with frost/stone giant for 23 strength.
I need to see something here real quick. Uh, I'll tell you what, because these are as big a deal as they are, like you can get a storm giant potion to give you a strength of 29. I'm gonna, for right now, until I have a chance to give a better look at this, I'm gonna say I can do hill giant strength, which is a strength of 21,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll call it. We'll call it 250.
Okay. 950 left, and that will work for me. So, damn it. So, I grab all these potions and I pay for them, and then holding them between the fingers of one hand, I just brush my other hand across the top, breaking all of the tops off all the bottles, and just dump them all straight down a hole in the front of my chest at the same time.
I know why he's doing this, and he's insane. Okay, let's find out.
No, I don't. I'm not. So I was hoping party members would freak the fuck out because I think Zeklix in particular will notice. Between the gaps of my armor, you see a section in my chest with a bunch of empty, like, tubes, and each one fills up with a different color as each of the potions are sorted out
Oh,
into.
I thought
What
you were wanting to just
start
imbibe them
mixing
all.
potions?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to pull up the table for mixing potions. Okay.
I was
No!
about to be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, see, exactly. That's what I wanted, because, yeah, no, they're not getting imbibed at all. They're getting sorted
Okay.
and placed
Sure.
in my body.
Nice. So as I'm watching that, my eyes just narrow, and I'm like, "That is fascinating, Cadrix."
Do we have to
Storage is useless utility. Useful utility. Useful.
The group does not have a bag
Useful.
of holding, though.
Yes, they do.
Uh,
I can make bag of holdings.
Oh, okay.
What?
hmm
When?
I've got a bag of holding. It's part of my infuse items.
Oh, right.
on the
So I can.
subject. Oh, that reminds me. Let me pull up a list. I actually did have a few items that were that they do have specifically. There's a Frostbrand sword. There's a Gem of Brightness, goggles
What
of
is a Frostbrand sword? I don't know any of the magic items because I don't even bother.
a.
Let's
So
see.
it is a Frostbrand longsword. Um, when you hit with an attack using the sword, the target takes an extra 1d6 cold damage. In addition, while you hold the sword, you have resistance to fire damage. In freezing temperatures, the blade sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 foot. When you draw this weapon, you can extinguish all non-magical flame within 30 feet, and that
That's
can be used once per
fucking
hour.
cool. How much is that?
That's a good question. Where'd my list go? That is a very rare item, requires attunement. I'm gonna put it at 3,000.
Okay.
They have
Mm,
a Hat of Disguise. They have an immovable rod. They have Iron Bands of Bolaro. There's a Javelin of Lightning. Sorry?
What is? I can look it up. You're good.
Okay.
Holy shit, I didn't know there was a mixing table. Is this correct? If you roll 100, only one potion works, but its effect is permanent?
Yep.
Holy shit.
I think that's the right one. I'd be using the one out of the the Dungeon Master's Guide. So yeah. There's
Awesome.
Keotome's Ointment. There's a Lantern of Revealing. There's a set of Mariner's Armor. There's a Necklace of Adaptation.
What does that do?
The necklace?
Yeah.
So the Necklace of Adaptation, while wearing this necklace, you can breathe normally in any environment,
Yeah. Okay.
which
That's
might be handy
cool.
in wild space.
Mm,
I don't need it.
yeah.
You also have advantage on saving throws made against harmful gases and vapors, such as Cloud Kill, or say the Breath of a Green Dragon, or certain inhaled poisons.
The breath of a green space dragon.
There.
So for me, if anyone else has any questions, I have a couple of specific requests.
Your turn,
I
buddy.
just,
Go for it.
Go ahead, Tradarth.
I just had one. If
Go ahead.
I'm looking for some type of two-handed sword that I can throw.
What?
I don't.
That has
Wow.
that has
The two-handed sword of
has-
throwing.
that has the thrown property. If
Is that a thing?
possible.
I
don't
don't
know.
think officially that there's one, but the Mercane can find you one.
If
May
they
take
could,
a bit, but they can find you one.
yeah, if I would like to put in that request. If they are able to find one, I would
mean,
Do me a
appreciate
favor
that.
and
there's
put
the
it in
returning
your.
property, right? Or
I mean,
Yeah,
I
Azure
have the
Edge had it.
return property as a Eldritch Knight, basically. I just need to be able to throw it accurately. Like, and I don't know, do they have any type of maybe
there's a
t like target or like practice dummy thing in here at all? If
Sure.
I would just attempt to throw my knife at it.
oh, it's the dwarven thrower I'm thinking of.
This is
Azure Edge had
basically
that
Thor's
too.
hammer.
I'm sorry, what?
I was saying Azure Edge had that too, and Kaizen
Right.
was saying Thor's hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically Thor's hammer. Um
If you want, go ahead and just drop me a message into the character discussion, Tradarth,
Okay.
and I will. It may take me a little bit of time to put one together, but I can do it for you.
All right, thank you.
Is that the only thing you wanted to do, or anything else?
I mean, I guess just buy maybe how much gold do I have? Like 2 potions of healing.
That'll be 100 gold.
All right. Do I add those in?
Oh, I can do it for you.
Okay, thank you.
I I think I've got a place for you guys to get it from. Maybe not. That's okay. I'll grab it for you. Trade. All right, you should have 2 potions of healing.
Thank you.
I'll buy 2 as well if they have more.
They have plenty of them.
Okay, it's 100 gold, right?
You know what? I should buy 2 as well.
I will buy one.
This is gonna be one of those things where you guys have more fucking potions than you know what to do with, and you never use them.
This
Well-
early, we will probably use them.
That was scary in the beginning. We would have
Yeah.
died if we didn't have any.
Exactly. So did you say just one?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Make sure everybody's got their money they're taken care of, because I'm not doing that.
Yep. I'm
Are
doing it.
you? Oh, you did. Okay. I was like, I can put it in my own inventory, but that's fine. Thank
I
you.
gotcha.
I've got the item thing open. So
So let's see. Other magic items that they definitely have. They have a.
well, I'm just gonna ask you for specific things because
That's
I
okay. I just
have.
want to list. I want to go down this list real quick
Oh,
before I
okay.
forget. They have an anchor, a Qual's feather token that is an anchor that you can use an action to touch the token to a boat or a ship, and for the next 24 hours, the ship cannot be moved by any means.
How much
Uh,
is that?
that one is going to be 750.
Okay, that's a heavy maybe for me. Um. Okay, so I've got a couple of requests.
Right on.
First thing, Kason, I want an all-purpose tool.
A what?
An
Hmm?
all-purpose tool. It's an
Never heard of it.
artificer. It's an artificer-specific item in Natasha's cauldron.
Drax is really excited about this. You are out of
You
breath.
look it up because it's amazing.
you look it up. You look it up right now.
This is my number one want with an artificer.
That's cool. We're getting it now.
Fucking awesome.
All-purpose tool.
It was everything I wanted with Bart and more. You told me I couldn't have it because it was too strong. The only reason I'm asking is because I'm not a wizard anymore, so I'm not super broken.
Give me 1 second.
As an action, you can focus on it. Choose a cantrip that you don't know from any class list. For the next 8 hours, you can cast that cantrip, and it counts as an artificer cantrip for you.
What level are you looking for? Uncommon, rare, very rare. I'll say they've got the uncommon one, the +1 for sure. 350.
I'm buying that.
The plus
It
one for
just
350.
just so that we're clear, this improves my spell attack rolls and DCs.
Yep.
Okay, you said that was really strong, so
Wow.
I'm also
Jason,
being
can I-
very loosey goosey with SpellJammer. I want this one to be just fun. I want you guys to be able to do whatever you want. I'm gonna have to make this manually. It looks like, but I'm gonna put the link in.
no, it's here. I got it.
Oh, you did? Where'd you find
Yep. It's in there. It's in my item list. It's
Oh.
all-purpose tool.
it? Okay.
Jason?
Yeah.
May I buy one of those as well?
The all-purpose tool.
It won't be very useful for you.
Well, it's because my astral trance allows me to gain skill proficiency in any of those tools. So at least for the first part, where it can transform into any tool, is like pretty useful
It
for
also
me.
makes you proficient in whatever tool it becomes.
But that's what I gain proficiency in like these tools like when I do my astral trance. Like I get to change
It
it once a day.
Okay, I mean, if you want to spend that money, cool. Otherwise, I can just make tools for you. It takes me an hour, and I can make any tool.
Not that one.
Well, not that one. But if you need like an astrolabe, I can make you an astrolabe.
Oh. If you want one, like I said, 350.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
I'm
if you
okay
really
with
want
that.
one.
Uh,
Hell yeah, I've got an all-purpose tool. My God.
Can you tell him where to find that? Because I can't find it.
It's all with a hyphen, so it's got the little dash. all purpose.
Is it under item
Yeah,
SRD
under
or
items. Yeah, SRD when you go to the D&D Beyond, and then items. If you terp.
I am
If you
not
type
finding
all, it'll pop up. It did for me. That's where I
Hmm.
found it. When you started telling us about magic items, I was like, huh, I wonder if there are any cool tools I can get. And I searched tool and that popped up. I was like,
I
Oh, there it is. I see it.
I found an item I think I want.
What's that?
I also have a couple more requests though.
Oh, one at
First
a
and
time.
foremost, okay, I'll let you
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead,
No, go.
Star.
Yeah,
I got what I wanted.
yeah. Do they have a Rod of the Pact Keeper?
Oh, that's cool. What is that?
Let's
Let's
see.
see.
It's sort of like your thing, but for warlocks.
I'm afraid we're going to end up with a situation where you guys just buy all of your magic items and there's nothing to find. But
But this can just be a +1 uncommon one.
Oh, that's awesome too. I didn't know these existed.
let's see. Magic items.
That's like a warlock spell storing stone.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Rod of the Pact Keeper. Yes, they have one. I'd say 300 for the +1.
Sold.
I'm not looking for anything super special. This will probably be the last time I'm really interested in buying magic items, honestly, because I don't want magic armor. I need my armor to be non-magical. But I do want to know if they have any magic guns or crossbows. And that's all I've got.
+1 across the board. Firearms
Hmm.
and crossbows. Any weapon you want, whether it's melee or firearms or bows, they've got at the very least +1. Along with some others that are more special than that.
Specifically looking for a rapier.
For a +1 rapier, you're looking at about 400, say 450, I think.
Hmm.
You can't find it. Try the D&D Beyond tab and DDB items.
Yeah, I see it.
No,
All
I'm
right.
talking.
Oh, okay.
Did you find it? Because I've got it.
No, not yet.
All right, I'll drop it in your.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So at one point, Trade Arth, you come walking across the floor as everyone's digging through all the stuff, and you see Cadric standing there, staring up at a shelf, and there's a drum sitting on the shelf. And you just, as you get close, you just hear a quiet.
Coming from inside Cadrix.
Are you interested in music?
Ah,
I want it.
it's wondrous.
Ah.
Kazan, this drum I'm thinking of is the Rhythm Maker's drum. Probably gonna have to
Drum.
not lowball me on that one.
Let's see. Why is it listed as armor?
That is weird.
See, this is the same thing as the others. What was you guys all getting stuff that increases your attack rolls and spell save DCs?
I just noticed mine seemed really fucking low, and this looks incredible. I also really like regaining bardic inspiration because that's fun to use.
Call it what I say for your guys' things 350 and 300.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Call it 325.
I'm gonna give you 500 because that thing is insane.
You just hear Estelle. No, I guess it'd be Gabriel would be closer to you. Estelle's dealing with Will. Gabriel just says, "Thank you very much." Doesn't argue with you at all. If you want to give them more money, they're more than welcome. They're like, "Thank you. We'll take that."
As I'm like holding it, I pick it up and I bring it to my chest. And two little fingers pop out of my chest and do a little drum roll on it. Compartment
Needless to
opens in
say,
the side of my torso. I put it into my chest and it closes. And you can just hear quiet drum rolling happening. Fucking AK is amazing. Awesome. I promise to be very creative and interesting.
nice. All right. Let's see. Anything else anybody wants?
It is a light armor. What the fuck?
I don't know what to tell you about that. I just ignore it. It should be fine.
It should be fun. I'm good, man. I feel very kitted.
I'm good.
I didn't increase my AC, so you could still kill me.
I can't think of anything else I want.
The only other thing I want, Kason, is non-magical. I'm gonna go buy a suit of plate mail.
I think that's 1500.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you wear plate?
Yeah, I'm an armorer. I have.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're good. I was just like, yeah, and they're being the Rocker Brawl, being that Thrycreen are as common as they are. It's not difficult. I mean, you have to search a little bit, but somewhere in the
I don't.
market you could find a set
I
of
don't.
armor.
I don't need Thrycreen armor. I just need a piece of plate mail, and then I make it magic, and it forms to my body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, you find what you're looking for pretty easily.
We
I'm
don't,
like talking to
we
the dwarf.
don't
I need a
have
piece of
anything
plate
that.
mail. They're
We
like, we
don't,
don't have anything for you.
yeah, we don't have anything that fits you. Well, I fit everything you have, so.
Yeah.
Just I don't want to hold anybody up, but I do at some point ask for some more books on anything relating to like accounts of strange artifacts found in wild space that they might have.
I'll say Estelle is helping you, find these books that you're looking for, and eventually your interest draws Calliope over. This 10-foot tall, blue woman kind of glides across the room and is just like towering over you. The
Come up
building is
to her ankle.
obviously, yeah, the building is obviously designed for a mercane to be comfortable in the space, despite the fact that it's all like normal people size. So even for you, it's still like,
Really big.
yeah, it's still, you feel like a kid in
In a
uh,
people store.
yeah. So she comes over and she says, what is your interest in this
Oh,
subject?
well, I mentioned before I'm a member of the University of Spheres and the Xenoarchaeology department.
Indeed. Well, you'd perhaps be interested in something of a little errand, would you?
Uh, sure.
This kind of a grin creeps across her face. She says, "Now this would have to wait until you get your ship up and running and ready to go out into deep space. But There is a certain artifact that I'm looking to procure. The locals have been unable to hold up their end of a bargain, and now it's time to pay up. It's a small jungle world on a... I can't remember the name of the system offhand, but the item is called the Eye of Karamba.
The Eye of Karamba. How do you spell that?
Karamba.
Ay, caramba. I see that cheeky ass grin.
No idea what you're talking about.
It's the the eye of holy shit.
I've been waiting like 5 years to use that fucking joke.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Too funny.
Very.
So, Creed, when I was looking you up on Facebook, apparently it also did a search using something called the Meta AI, which I guess is like an AI driven Google search. Apparently, you're a professional football player. You're a wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL.
What?
You haven't told us about this? You were born in 2001 in DeSoto, Texas. Stamps Robinson was drafted by the Chiefs in the second round for the 2023 NFL Draft Pro. Or you didn't talk about yourself more. This is crazy.
No.
That's great.
Okay. Eye of Karamba.
I'm so sorry about that. No, I'm not.
Ay, caramba.
So yeah, basically what she'll tell you is that the locals, it's basically a repo job. They promise to make some sort of agreement with the Mercane Emporium. They have now held up their end of the bargain, and this was the item that they had put up as collateral, and now it's time to pay up, and she wants the eye.
Alright.
Or the money.
She's like, not so much, just the eye.
And what would we be getting out of this?
Oh, payment, of course.
And
Is there anything we need to know about the eye?
She just thinks for a moment. She says, just that the locals are unlikely to give it up willingly.
I see.
Now, I would prefer to have this done without bloodshed, but they knew the deal.
Right.
What can you tell us about the local organics?
It's hard to say for sure. It's a small tribe of tabaxi. Living on a jungle world. Is there anything else you'd like to know about them?
Mostly I was looking for species, so that answers my question. Also, what are tabaxi?
cat people.
She indeed gestures to Will and says they are indeed cat people.
Heinz knew that, for the record. I actually knew that one.
How far is this planet?
The Astral Sea is a very strange place. It could take you days to find. It could take you weeks or months. It's depends on the star charts you use and your navigator and whatever you might come across in the meantime.
Also, something that crossed my mind. Sorry, real quick. Last time when I said DRG totally would be a part of this, and Jack said, that's the thing. Everything is a part of this. Does that include 40K? Emperor save us all.
Technically,
in theory, you could do that.
Oh God!
I wouldn't, but
No, I wouldn't either. No. Holy shit!
you're gonna have a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time. The Emperor protects.
The Emperor subjects.
The Emperor rejects. Sorry, go ahead, Star.
I will also say, Will, you were looking for other things of this nature. What specifically were you looking for in those
Well, I
books?
still have a question for Calliope on this
Sure.
job.
Absolutely.
So this eye, is it a magical item or just an expensive item?
She gives you this polite smile. She says, "It is indeed a magical item. Yes."
I'll certainly give it to you, but as a xenoarchaeologist, would you mind if I study the object? I'll be very careful, of course.
Sure, we can
Pure-
come to some sort of arrangement. Of course.
Purely for note taking and posterity.
Of course.
Very well then.
In fact, you might ask the locals if they have any further information on the eye.
Hmm. And that's all I wanted to ask.
All right.
The Eye of Karumba. God damn it,
God
Kaysen.
damn.
When you said that, I was like, surely not. Surely not.
It's got nothing to do with Shirley.
But yeah, I was just looking up for any like notes from various explorers or researchers on any sort of like artifacts or cultures or things out in the wild space that might be of
I'd
interest
say that you could
to
find
explore.
books on a variety of that sort of subject. For just a collection of, call them leads.
Yeah, essentially that's what I'm looking for. Things that might appease my new friend.
Is that something that you're looking to buy, or is that something like you just?
Looking to buy, yeah.
Okay. I'd say for 100 gold pieces, you could find a collection of just different notes from different authors about different items and locations across a variety of different worlds.
Okay.
Some of them have star charts of how to get to them, others do not. Um,
Yeah, I'll buy that, and we can go over that, like the details on that later.
just make a note somewhere.
Yeah.
There is one that says let me see here 1 second. There's a page torn out of one where the only part that you can read is the name of the system is gone. You can tell that there were a number of planets in the system, but the only thing that remains is the name of the star. The star is named Ringling, Ringling, and it says it's a size F, sphere, fire type, and orbit radius center. And beyond that, the page is just ripped out. There's one that mentions. No, wait, that's. Sorry, that one was. That was Brawl Space. Sorry. There's a different one here. There's a mention in one of the books of a planet that The surface is dead, but there seems to be life inside caves on the inside. Similarly, there is a mention of a water world with no atmosphere, or rather a thin atmosphere, but a thick layer of ice on the surface, and probably Heinz Nightmare.
Mm, mm,
There is mention of, let's see. There is mention of a planet with no star at all. A single planet in the system, no moon, just a single large Earth-type planet,
Hmm.
among others.
All right. I'll pour over these later if my book doesn't eat them first.
Fun fact, while you're in here, it doesn't seem to. There seems to be some sort of magical ward that prevents
That's good to know.
that, just passively.
Whew. Okay, that's good to know. There is a way to stop it. Okay, I'm done.
Anybody else?
I
Any
am
other-
also good to go.
All right.
Good.
So, let's see.
Did she give us the name of the planet the Tabaxi live on?
She did. Kason doesn't have it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Just give it to me later.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll write it down.
Naming stuff is hard.
Yeah, I know.
I have details on the world. I just don't have a name for it yet. I wasn't expecting to get that far today. And again, it is amazing how many of my ideas are all in my head rather than written down somewhere. So I've got that problem too. Anyway, anything anybody else wants to do, or should we go ahead and take a break?
Break sounds good.
I'm done. Yeah.
Good with a break.
All right, let's call it 20 minutes. So 20 after 5. I guess 5 for me, but 20 after the top of the hour. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. I'm a terrible person.
That's gonna get me every time.
All right, I'll be back in a bit.
Awesome. I like how I found that all-purpose tool, and everyone was like, "Oh, hey, I have got that too."
God, those planets sound cool.
They really do.
I want to go to the one without a star or moon. That sounds really cool.
Yeah. I was laughing super hard. I found that all-purpose tool, and everyone was like, "Hey, I want one."
I was just going through a list of what are some good. I was just looking up what are some good items, and that was like the top one recommended by everybody.
Yeah, I started looking for tools, and I saw that all-purpose tool, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Oh my god! My favorite is that it's a screwdriver. It's canon now. This is my sonic screwdriver.
Yep.
Me sostienen esto, no se me vaya. Ya pasó, ¿vale?
We don't have a bag of holding, do we? Yeah, we do.
Imagine the horror scenario of a brain being kept alive.
Yeah, with this Rod of the Pact Keeper, I also get basically an extra spell slot, which I desperately need.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge for a warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Good tenders.
Found something! Got a sample. Our tunnel breach! Get some! Bag's empty! Have a taste of democracy! Got a sample. Requesting air support! Reinforcing! Democracy fills my sample container.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone.
We're saved!
I want gloves of thievery.
I found something. Give me a sample.
Extraction complete.
What about here? I'll handle the terminal. Requesting advanced weaponry. Found something. Got a sample. Our tunnel breach. Get some! Bag's empty. Have a taste of democracy. something! Democracy fills my sample container.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone.
I found something. Got a sample.
Extraction complete.
团队建设可是很重要的工作。
Who's that guy?
Oh, that's Link.
You okay?
No, I have a brain freeze.
What the hell? Haven't you learned any restraint at your age?
No.
No. No.
I guess yes. I've lost 300 pounds, so.
Yeah, there you go. That is insane. Very impressive.
I literally could not have had this chair 2 years ago because the arms.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Also, I apologize for the mess. That's not usually there, I promise. That's because I was sorting laundry.
Ah. I apologize for my atrocious webcam. I didn't know it was so bad. It's got 2 frames a second.
I had to get this one for folks.
Folks?
Are we recording?
Oh, yes.
I don't necessarily want this broadcast, so.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't have...
Or me picking my teeth. What the fuck?
I can't see that on the stream.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fixed
So-
on the web browser.
So I went to see my new doctor like the first week of May. Or April. Sorry. May's next.
Hold on. There we go. is unmuted.
All right. Where's... That'll work. It's a little much, but you're in a magic shop. It'll work. So, let's see. Was there anything else anyone wanted to do here at the Mercane Emporium?
Nope.
Good to go.
Nope. On the way out, I hand that book of weird eldritch things to Zeklix.
Mhm.
You hold on to this. And feel free to read it too. And I picked it up to maybe get some information on my new friend.
All right. I'll start flipping through it a little bit just to see.
Yep. If you find anything, it's just if it's on me, there's a higher chance it will get eaten. And
Right.
You made a new friend?
the one in the book, or who uses the book.
I know nothing of this book.
Oh, right. This book has a lot of very interesting aspects to it, and there's some being tied to it, I believe. We're still learning about what it's capable of and what it wants.
Interesting.
It talks back to us if you write in the book.
I still need to learn to do that.
Right. We can work on that.
That would be most excellent.
Oh, Will, did I need to do anything for your invocation? Did that?
No, I put it.
You
put
got
it
it
in already. Yeah.
Okay, good to go.
Right, so we bought our magic items. We have this mission to go repo the Eye of Cthulhu, and
we need a ship to do that. Yeah.
And then, well, our ship works. We just need to go.
Oh yeah.
We also need to pick up the crystals to come back and finish repairs.
Try to do that first, I guess, or is
I think so. Yeah.
How long is it gonna take them to finish repairing it to the point where we just need the crystals?
A week, but we probably won't like play a week. It'll be just, we'll just cut to black and have a week pass, that kind of thing.
After we
that's
get
one thing
crystals.
about this. With the amount of travel that you guys are going to be doing, there's going to be a lot of just,
existing.
Yeah, what do you want to do over the course of the next 6 weeks or something like that?
Okay. Damn.
Yes, I vote we go to this deep rock galactic and collect crystals first.
There is one small problem.
Okay.
Which is?
You don't have a crew.
All right.
Ooh. Oh, dang, Pat's not here. I was gonna say, could Smuma help us with that? Because he was like part of the crew of the last ship, right?
He was.
We can also go and talk to my friends at the tavern. I met a lot of sailors there.
Right.
Let me see how many people you need. So you need 13 crewmen for a ship the size of the... What you have learned from Calliope is called a Star Moth class ship.
Okay.
Just in case this was missed last time, I just want to reiterate. These ships are constructed and flown by astral elves, and they don't typically take kindly to their ships being in the hands of others.
Oh shit.
Well, I'll be on there most of the time, hopefully.
From one
Yeah.
star elf to another.
So the Star Moth's hull is fashioned from a grown and sculpted organic substance, and its enormous decorative wings are made of shimmering crystal. The vessel is built for space travel, but its design does enable it to float on water or land safely on the ground.
Cool.
Standard weaponry includes two ballista nestled in the Star Moth's eye holes and a mangonel mounted. I'm just going to call it a catapult. I hate the word mangonel. I'm just going to call it a catapult.
I have to agree with you.
Mounted above the bridge. But you're more than welcome to replace those weapons with anything you want. Currently, you have two ballista and a catapult.
Again, the catapult on a spaceship is hilarious.
It
Let's see.
really is.
So for crew, it depends on how much money you want to spend. If you want to walk into a bar and just hire the first, 13 guys that put their hand up, it's about 2 gold pieces per month to pay the crew per person. So let's see.
So
You'd
200.
be looking at about 26 gold pieces per month to pay the crew. Just for the first 13 guys that walk on.
Right.
If you wanted to get a crew that was a little more trained, knew what they were doing, you're looking at 52 gold pieces a month.
Holy. Oh, total. Okay.
Right.
I was like, what? Damn.
Now, the more they sail with you, the more that they'll learn, and the more you'll have to start worrying about crew morale, which. How do I put this without just saying RimWorld?
Why not just say
I'm
RimWorld?
going to use RimWorld as an example
Yeah.
here for those that think of crew morale as your colonists'
Mood.
memories in RimWorld, where they've got a +5 to this, and a +5 because of this, and a +4 because of this, and a +2 because of this, and a -6 because of this, and a -10 because of this, right?
Sure.
Think of it kind of like that. So
Okay.
you'll have different things, and they will wear off or change as we go.
Okay.
That's really all that I can tell you about that right this second. You will need to eventually, and this is not something I'm going to make you guys decide right now, but you will eventually need to decide who's the captain, who's the first mate, who's the helmsman, like a primary helmsman, and who is the bosun, who's the navigator, who's the quartermaster. What you'll probably end up with, ship's priest, who's the cook on the ship, this kind of thing. What we will probably end up with is 2 or 3 or maybe 4 on the outside named NPCs that will have positions like bosun or quartermaster or the cook, and the others will kind of just be kind of nebulous. We don't really talk about them. It's just the crew. But you'll have 3 or 4 named characters that you know on the ship.
Fair.
Just because to have 13 named crewmen and each one be an individual, it gets to be a pain in the ass quick.
Yeah, it does.
Red shirts.
Basically.
Poor guys.
There is one of the little things I will say about that is the quartermaster is a very important role. The quartermaster basically keeps you from having to do inventory for the ship.
I was gonna say I'm quartermaster. No.
The quartermaster is responsible for supplies, including food, water, air, weapons, and ammunition. Like I said, it's an important job, but it's probably not something any of you guys are going to want to deal with. Honestly, Zachlix, you're probably the bosun, because the bosun is responsible for maintenance and repairs of the ship and its equipment.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be me.
Hind isn't super familiar, but spending time with the sailors, Cadrix is involved or knowledgeable about the operation of a ship. So if nobody else really wants to step into it, we can slide me into captain to talk with the sailors, tell them what they're going to be doing and stuff.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about roles.
I'm looking to be navigator, looking at the star charts and stuff.
There's got to be a guy in charge of like the military/fighting aspect of stuff, right? Which is where we would put Tradar.
Secure.
Yeah, security
about that.
officer.
Yeah.
So, as a matter of hiring a crew, where do you guys want to go?
Unless anybody else had an idea, Cadrix suggested going to the tavern where he was and using his established connections to talk to people.
It's absolutely an option.
I do have the sailor background.
Oh, cool.
What would I know about having or finding crewmen?
Probably that's actually a really good idea. Is to just walk into a dive bar and say, "Who wants to get on my boat?"
Ship.
Who wants to ride the bone train?
No.
Of, like good candidates, probably like the volunteer. Like this guy's not bullshitting.
Right.
I would say, yeah, you would probably. How do I put this? I don't want this to necessarily be like something you have to worry about too much or anything. So.
Well, I will say that there's a conversation where I'm sitting across the table from one of the sailors, and he's like, "Yeah, I've got me and 3 of my buddies. We're looking for a ship to work on," and I'm like, "All right, perfect." Well, hold on. Let me make sure my thing's on here.
Excellent. You can meet us aboard the ship.
And he's like, "Okay, which ship?" And in my internal monologue in Cadrix's head, he's like, "Oh, right. Ships have names. Names are titles. Titles are powerful and important and should strike fear into the hearts of their enemies." And without thinking, he goes,
It's the wife.
Oh
Report.
my God.
Report to the wife.
No.
Name.
No.
I love that name.
No.
It's awful. I love it.
No. That's a great joke.
So yeah, do we pay out at the beginning? Because I'll happily pay.
I'll say you would be expected to pay 1 month up front.
He said 26 up front.
It depends. Do you want to get a good crew, or do you want to get
right.
a crew that has no idea what they're doing?
Probably the good crew.
I would insist on a crew that at least has an idea.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do the 52 a month, you said.
Yeah, I'm done to split that
Alright.
or put into that with whoever wants
So
to.
that's 10 and a half each. 10 and a quarter.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
So I will say, just as an addendum here, I will be keeping track of crewmen that are lost, crewmen that die, crewmen that are captured, crewmen that, as was mentioned earlier, you know that there are crewmen aboard that Night Spider that the Nyogi took, that some of Trade Arts guys. Basically, you've got 13 guys with you now. By the
So
end of your
that'd be
voyage, you might have 6. So you'll
10
have to
gold,
find.
4 silver each.
So you'll have to find places that have people, and it may be that you land on a planet, lose your crew, and have to hire the locals who have never been to space before.
Awesome.
So you may end up with a green crew that has no idea what they're doing.
Hire
Um,
local
or you
red
may
shirts.
end up with what's a crack crew. A crack crew is a special designation where let's see, how does this work? Is it on here?
How much was it again, Drax?
10 gold and 4 silver each. That amounts to 52 exactly.
Okay. A crack crew serves under one captain on the same ship for 3 months. No, a trained crew becomes a crack crew after 2 or more months of travel, including at least 1 trip into the astral sea and in 1 battle with another ship. It's known as blooding the crew.
Then they have to fight.
If during all 3 of these months the crew served under one captain on the same ship, they attain crack status. Now, a crack crew will demand even more payment. That would be 6 gold pieces per person per month.
And
But
what is it per person per month now?
4 for a trained
so
crew.
we're up at 20%.
So it's green for 2, trained
Yes,
for
50%.
4, crack for 6.
Okay. That's a
And we can
50%
basically
increase.
And
upgrade
I will
our.
say I'm reserving the right to raise those prices as I see fit, depending on how the economy and this all works out. This was all second edition material that I stole basically straight from the book, so I may
Sure,
change that.
sure.
If we raise our crew from train to crack on our own, do we have to pay them the crack wages, or do they
Yes.
stay? Oh,
They'll
okay.
they would demand it, basically.
Well, we are good enough.
Look, we are crack.
And that's
also-
why we're flushing you.
There's also an issue of, as I said, crew members can be lost through combat. And if you lose one, you have to replace them. The new guy's not going to be crack. He's going to be either a green or a trained crewman. I am not going to keep track of each individual crewman's status. What I am going to be keeping track of is the percentage of the crew that is or is not a certain status.
Sure.
Just because that makes it easier on me. But for instance, as long as the crew, as long as at least 20% of the original crew is still aboard the ship at the end of a fight, the crew status remains, we'll say, crack, right? So if you've got a ship with a trained crew, or a crack crew of 10 men, and you lose 8 to a monster, and then you hire 8 green replacements, it's still a crack crew.
20%? Or
no, I'm sorry. I've misspoken.
13,
The exception
okay.
of this is crack status. If a crack crew loses more than 50%, so if you lose half of your crew, for this would be about 7 guys, I guess 8. No, it'd be 7. Yeah,
6 or 7.
if you lose 7 guys, you would drop down to trained status.
Roger that.
Sorry, I should have read that verbatim rather than just winged it. Anyway, the point being, it's something I'm going to be keeping track of. And so a green crew has unmodified rolls. A trained crew has a +1 to initiative rolls and a +2 to morale checks. And a crack crew has +2 to initiative, +4 to morale, +1 to attack rolls. So for right now, you have a trained crew, and we will figure out who might be among those in the future. I'm not going to do it right now, but we'll figure it out.
When you say who might be among those, what do you mean?
I mean the named crewman that I'll be using as like the face of the crew.
Gotcha.
Unless anyone has any specific NPCs they want to add, I'll tell you the queen will say no. She'd be flattered though.
Well, Gadrick seems like a real joy to have around. We should we should really look into him. No, well, there was that kid, that shit kid.
Everybody. Oh,
Every team needs an asshole. Every team needs an asshole.
Nope.
Not that one. Not that asshole.
I'll agree to it if we chain him to the front of the ship.
We
Yeah.
petrify him like those ships have those like mermaids and stuff in front. We just have a petrified child.
Figurehead, yes.
Yeah.
For the record, there are certain items and upgrades you can make to a ship. Just because Hein just popped it into my head, that is the thing. Among those, the figureheads, you can get magical figureheads that will affect the ship in certain ways.
Sweet.
Cool.
Just as an example, I will just say that there might be one that might give you a cloaking device for the ship, or there might be one that might do something else. So you get different effects for different things like that.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Okay, so we have hired trained crew. We all paid our piece. I think we should head for DRG.
Yeah.
yeah, I can't think of any other thing we need.
The only thing was the creepy old wizard asked us to look into the possible other assassins against the queen. Do we give a shit about that?
Right.
Wasn't that off the rock as well, though?
Oh, was it?
Well, the guy himself is not on the rock, but we could try infiltrating his people that are.
Oh.
That. There might be supporters of Eric Kozar on the rock, but he himself is for sure not here.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, we could look into that.
I mean, I don't care either way.
I could pretend to be looking to support him and see if we find any recruiters into his organization. But I'm not confident in that yet.
I'm not concerned, really, with the assassins.
Seems like a city issue.
We just happened to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We can keep our eyes open.
Indeed, if something comes up, I see no reason not to look into it, however.
Not really our issue.
Good with that.
To the wife.
Oh, God.
They're not calling it that.
I am boarding the wife.
What if we put an adjective of some kind?
The bored wife.
Please, no.
Star wife.
I think this
Space
is
wife.
enough. We should agree on.
Starbound waifu.
No.
Anyway, we board the ship and we, I guess, push off with our crew. Sounds like everybody's down for that.
Indeed.
So where are you headed?
To the
Navigator, how do we...
Galactic.
Do I know
That-
how to get to Deep Rock Galactic?
To I'm speaking to the Will Stargazer, our navigator, everyone. Round of applause.
Click, click.
There we
Uh.
go. There's one.
Excellent. Now, Will, how do we find the Deep Rock Galactic?
Oh, do I know?
You would know that Deep Rock Galactic's primary. Hold on, let me find it here. God, my notes are a mess. So, of the planets in the in Brawl Space, the star at the center of Brawl Space is called Andragolos. There's a planet, a small molten planet called Iron Piece, and then it's the Shipwrecker asteroid field. You would know that Deep Rock Galactic has a number of small mining stations that are throughout the asteroid field. The primary one, let's see.
Doesn't the planet start with a K?
Does it? It may. I don't know, but you would know. You would know how to.
Hoxus 4.
All right, you would know how to find the station around an asteroid named Hoxus.
Yeah, it's it. We're setting sail for Hoxus. And I go about managing the star charts and plotting our course.
All right.
So who's in charge of like running the actual jammer? So I'm imagining it's like a hyperdrive engine, right? Like we warp to that universe, basically.
It takes time,
It's
and in that
more.
time,
It's more like the helm projects a bubble around the ship, as far as I know, right?
right? Sort
It's
of,
like an invisible bubble.
something like that. Yeah. So it'll take. I'm just gonna eyeball it just for right now. It'll take about a week to get there. That's probably way too long, but
So to
that's what
help
I'm gonna call it for
me
right now.
make sense in my brain here, we're not jumping between universes in the multiverse. We're just traveling a distance, and there it is.
Right.
Yes.
For right now, at least.
And the bubble, does it get us above light speed? Like, are we hyper jumping, or is this like another ship could come up next to us and be
Another
like, "Yo"?
ship can come up next to us.
So everything in this
You could
universe is an
easily-
island in the ocean of space.
Exactly.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
There will be random encounters, but we're not going to roll for those right now because I feel like that's a next session thing. So you guys might find the Neogi next session first thing. We'll find out, but that'd be bad.
The Neogi will find us.
In fact, I'm going to make a note. Create random encounter table
Turns out they'll be traveling.
for Brawl Space. I wasn't expecting it this soon. I was expecting it level 5. So yeah.
Oh.
This is more than welcome though. I'm
Awesome.
eager to get us into space and moving. So yeah, I'm down for it.
Hell yeah. So are we calling
way.
it here then? We're not doing the travel?
I'm not in a place to do it right now, but since you
Gotcha.
guys obviously are, I think it's best to wait.
Okay.
Is there what was that? What was that, Star?
I was just saying, we've probably had a short rest around all this time.
Oh
so
gosh,
for
yes.
attunement.
Yeah, absolutely. Any
Okay.
attunement that needs to be made at this point, any gosh, you'd probably have a long rest by this point. But yeah.
Cool.
I apologize if this was kind of slow. It feels like it didn't have any action to it, but we did a lot of shopping, and I think I had fun at least. I hope you guys did.
Oh yeah,
I
we
did
got
as
some.
well.
Oh yeah.
Ow! Some much needed.
And if you didn't, feel free to tell me that you didn't. I need to know that. So
It was. This
No,
is
it's
how it
good.
starts, right? This is how it begins. Stop turning up the damn music.
I had to turn it down.
It affects everyone. I hate
Did that
that.
turn it up for you?
Every time you change your volume, it changes it for us too. Yeah.
Oh, that's no good. I'm sorry.
So I have it turned way down so I can hear everything in the stream, and then you go to change it, and it's like, fuck!
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's
It's
fine.
okay.
If you need to do it, you need to do it. It's fine.